In the Mix is presented by Bon Thai Restaurant and Lounge, serving authentic Thai cuisine in the heart of Tumon. Bon Thai, home of smiles.
Welcome back to In the Mix. Here's Noelle Monge with another segment of the Pepsi Pulse.
Pepsi Pulse is brought to you by Pepsi.
I'm tired of living on repeat because the same things never end.
Young and rising singer-songwriter Ellery Sablan has been working towards a career as a musician since she was a little girl, using her family's interest in music to fuel her passion.
My dad is Greg Sablan. He's been in several bands here on island. And growing up, he would have band practices in our backyard, and I would go there to listen and just sing along. And that's kind of where I was like, I kind of like the vibe that's going on here with my dad and his bandmates. I kind of want to, learn more about how to do this. Like at 3 years old, I was meant for something greater. I was meant for something more.
As she grew older, Ellery became more involved in the music scene at her alma mater, Harvest Christian Academy. When it came time to decide what she would pursue after high school, she realized that there was no other career she was excited about.
I kind of thought, I don't really like doing anything else, and this is kind of what I'm really good at, and so I think that this is something that I want to pursue seriously. And so I've started looking for colleges where they had good music programs. So I'm breaking the cycle, I know that it's time.
Released in June of this year, Ellery's first EP, Backwards California, embodies her experience as an island girl going to school and pursuing her dream in the Golden State.
I go to college in California, and then I was thinking, California kind of looks like Guam, but like flipped the other way. And so Backwards California is essentially Guam, and kind of the EP as a whole is kind of me starting from Guam and then coming to California and just tracing my journey from 2016 when I started college to right now, to the present day.
As a local girl studying music stateside, Ellery strives to break the stereotype of island girls strictly making island music. Her goal to break the cycle of expectations for Guam artists includes a blend of pop and what she grew up listening to.
I think that, Guam talent is so diverse, and there's so many different artists out here who can do so many different genres. It's definitely been an influence in a lot of my music. I kind of stick with kind of an island vibe, but it's more because people at fiestas, they like to dance, they like to have fun. So I think that kind of element of having fun and just wanting to dance, that's in my music.
Though Ellery had help from her professor when producing the album, she took majority of the steps to release her EP by herself, finding a distributor that will send her music to different stores, sending in cover art, setting a release date, and much more.
Just going through the whole production process was really interesting because there's so many different elements that kind of just go into it. You have to mix it, you have to make sure that everything is on time, and then you get all the final masters, all the final mixes in, and then you have to pick a distributor if you're putting it out yourself.
Ellery wants her listeners to dive deeper into the songs, focusing on what she's saying rather than how she's saying it.
Most of my songs kind of have a kind of happy, sad kind of feel to them. So while the song, the lyrics are okay, or the music is, really fun, the lyrics kind of hold something a little bit deeper. So not to just kind of take it at face value, to kind of actually give it a really solid listen.
While back at home, Ellery is working on some projects, including opening for Brian McKnight this month and a few shows with her dad. As she enters her final year in college, she plans to release more music towards the end of the year. For anyone aspiring to make moves towards a creative dream, Ellery says to just do it.
I'm always a firm believer that if something creative is your passion and it's something that you love to do, to just put your whole heart into it. And if you have any random ideas, just to make sure you have them down, because there's been so many ideas that I've just had that I've lost because I'm I'll remember it later.
For more on Ellery's musical journey, you can find her on Instagram and Facebook at Ellery Music.
Pepsi Pulse is brought to you by Pepsi.
Great job, Noelle. Stay tuned, more after the break.